Welcome back to the Fiscal Prism. Here's the thing. There is a terrifying economic paradox that hits most Americans right between the ages of 40 and 49. Statistically, this is the decade where you earn the most money of your entire life. You finally hit that salary you dreamed of in your 20s. But, and this is the brutal part, statistically, this is also the decade where you are the most broke. Data from the Federal Reserve and Experian backs this up. While earnings peak in your 40s, so does debt. We are talking about an average debt load of nearly $160,000 per person for those in their 40s. When you factor in mortgages, credit cards, and the tail end of student loans, Gen X is officially the most indebted generation in history. You aren't just earning more, you are bleeding more. If you are in your 40s right now, you are standing on a financial cliff. One path leads to a comfortable retirement in 15 years. The other? It leads to working until you drop. This is why your 40s are the most dangerous decade of your life. Welcome to what we call the lifestyle squeeze. By the time you hit 42 or 43, the broke student days are long gone. You have the house, you have the 2 cars, maybe you even have the vacation rental. On paper, you look rich. But in reality, you have zero financial margin. Financial margin is that tiny gap between what you earn and what you must spend just to keep your life from falling apart. For most people in their 40s, that margin is razor thin. You have upgraded your life to match your income so perfectly that a single layoff, a single medical bill, or one bad month doesn't just hurt, it ruins you. In this video, we are going to dissect exactly why this happens using hard data and how to stop your fixed costs from eating your future alive. We aren't talking about skipping lattes here. We are talking about surviving the most expensive decade of your life. Let's look at the numbers. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average American reaches their peak earning years between ages 45, ages 45 and 54. Now this sounds like great news, right? You are finally the boss. You have seniority. The money is flowing in. But here's the trap. You assume this line will keep going up. It won't. For the vast majority of workers, income doesn't compound forever. It plateaus. But your brain? Your brain thinks you're just getting started. So you make 30-year commitments based on your peak 45-year-old salary. You buy the house that requires the $150,000 salary to maintain. You lease the cars that require the annual bonus to pay off. This is why Experian data reveals that people in their 40s carry the highest average debt load of any age group, over $111,000. You are betting that your income will never drop. That is a dangerous bet. And if the debt doesn't get you, the demographics might. Welcome to the sandwich generation. According to Pew Research, 54% of Americans in their 40s have a living parent aged 65 or older and are either raising a child or supporting a grown one. You are literally squeezed from both sides. Think about it. In your 20s, you only had to worry about yourself. In your 30s, maybe you had diapers to buy. But in your 40s? The Brookings Institution now estimates it costs over $310,000 just to get a child to age 17. And here is the kicker. That is before a single dollar is spent on college tuition. You are effectively buying a small house just to fund their childhood, while simultaneously trying to save for your own retirement. Simultaneously, your parents are living longer. That is a blessing, absolutely. But it's an expensive one. You might be paying for your kids' college tuition and your parents' assisted living facility in the same month. This is the max pressure zone. And if you don't have a plan to protect your cash flow here, you won't just be stressed. You will be forced to raid your 401k just to keep the lights on. This leads us to the most dangerous psychological trap of your 40s, the Golden Handcuffs. When your fixed costs Your mortgage, car notes, insurance, and tuition eat up 90% of your paycheck, you lose your ability to say no. You can't quit the toxic job because you need the salary to pay the mortgage. You can't take a risk on a new business because you have zero runway. You are earning 200 grand a year, yet, honestly, you are effectively a prisoner to your own lifestyle. We call this lifestyle creep. But in your 40s, it's not creeping anymore. It's sprinting. You upgrade your life to match your raise, so your savings rate stays at zero. You look rich to your neighbors, but you are running on a treadmill that is moving faster and faster. So, how do you escape? You stop trying to out-earn your stupidity. You focus entirely on widening the gap. The gap is the difference between your income and your ego. In your 40s, you need to stop playing the status game. Forget the complex spreadsheets for a second. Try the 70% rule. Aim to cap your entire existence, mortgage, groceries, lifestyle, at 70% of your take-home pay. I know, in today's economy, that sounds impossible, but that remaining 30% is your freedom fund. It is the only thing standing between you and a retirement spent counting pennies. If you can't find that 30%, you don't have an income problem. You have a lifestyle problem. That goes into catch-up retirement contributions, paying down that toxic debt, and building a cash cushion that allows you to walk away from a bad boss. This might mean driving the Toyota instead of the Benz. It might mean staying in the starter home for 5 more years. But the peace of mind you get from knowing you can survive without a paycheck for 6 months, that is worth more than any luxury car. Here is the truth. Your 20s were about survival. Your 30s were about accumulation. But your 40s? Your 40s are about control. If you can keep your fixed costs low while your income is high, you win the game. You turn the most dangerous decade into the most profitable one. Don't let the appearance of wealth rob you of actual freedom. Be comfortable, not just flashy. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button so we can help more people escape the trap. Now, I want to hear from you. Are you feeling the lifestyle squeeze right now? Or have you found a way to widen your gap? Drop a comment below. I'll be responding to as many as I can. This is the first of many deep dives here at the Fiscal Prism. If you found this valuable, join the community by subscribing. I'll see you in the next video.